Clubhouse behind me. We are off to Salisbury this afternoon for some Southern League action because we are watching one of our local teams, Bashley, play the in-form Bemerton Heath.
Clubhouse at Bemerton Heath Harlequins, and it's, can I say, very nice clubhouse, like an old school sort of social club. Reminds me a bit of my local social club, Pennington Clubs. It's quite spacious in there. They've got the football on the TV at the minute, a mighty draw for Everton. That's like a win for Palace, but for them. There's dartballs, there's people playing darts, but they've also got their little function room going on. They've got a bit of a disco going on for Boxing Day.
Matt's barred from it because it's a kids' disco.
Good selection of beer and taps as well, as per normal. You've got yourself a Madry, a Carling. I've gone for the Carling. Craig had a passion fruit J2O. Says it all, really. You can get a Guinness as well.
Matt wants to lift home later, don't you?
Well, that's true. But it's also got like a nice boardroom I went up to where we did an interview with Lewis. It's got a lot of memorabilia up there. It's a shame I couldn't get some footage of it because the battery died towards the end of the interview. But yeah, it's just like, I think it's a social club that's open during the week, so local people come down, enjoy a drink or so, and then you've got the football on the Saturdays. What way could you not have a perfect Saturday, or a Wednesday in this case?
We're joined by Lewis, who's the in charge of media at Bemerton Heath.
Yeah, the press officer.
Press officer. Just tell us a little bit about Bemerton Heath Harlequins.
Okay, so the club was founded 35 years ago. It went straight into the Wessex League. At the time, was only one division. So it stayed in the Premier Division until 2018. Couple of second places along the ways. Won the Wessex League Cup. Some really good runs in the Vars. Got to the last 16 twice in that. And when we got relegated into Wessex 1, our first season in Wessex 1, we had a bit of a rebuild and a complete kind of overhaul with the players. Obviously COVID hit, so there was a couple of seasons where teams were promoted from points per games.
Yeah.
We unfortunately just missed out on that, but the first season we could compete after COVID, a full season. We won the Wessex 1 and then came second to Horndean and went up automatically because there was no playoffs in the Wessex Prem then. Last season we were in Southern Division 1 South like we are now and came 13th. Really respectful kind of season at this level, and this season again we had a bit of a change at the start and then a bit of a change since then. Yeah. And yeah, we've picked up. We're flying at the moment under Jim Milligan. You know, we've got some new players embedded in with you know, main core over the last 4 or 5 years, and things are looking really, really good.
That's brilliant. And as press officer, what's your role entail at the club? I
mean, I do the Twitter. I do like some post-match interviews sometimes. I help with bits with the programme. Do some other things like, you know, in a presentation night, help with the running of that. But yeah, I was born into it, so no excuses for me. Got to muck in now. We're at this level, and you know, hopefully we can sustain it and kick on.
And what have you found is the biggest difference between sort of Wessex Premier League and Southern Division 1? Is there a huge difference between the class of?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people would say this, but you know, in the top 4 or 5 teams in the Wessex Prem would be like a similar standard to most teams in this division. So what I would say is there's no easy fixtures. Players and teams are probably fitter. And of course have more experienced players who've played higher up the pyramid.
Christmas, Edward.
Merry Christmas, Thomas.
I see Santa's brought us new hats. A little bit colder than what we're used to wearing, but
Especially for me.
hey ho, things I do, eh? But yeah, this is Boxing Day treat for us, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think with us, isn't it? I think over the years, like last 20, 30 years, Boxing Day's been a football tradition, hasn't it?
Yeah, we've always
For all
done.
of us.
We've always done.
We've always done
So,
something.
yeah.
And I think looking at my Footballogy app, it's probably the day I've seen the most football over the years. Going far back as 30 years ago when I was at the Dell to watch Southampton lose 3-2 to Wimbledon. It's one of my first ever games, that was.
I have got to ask you a question about Footballogy. I know we
Yes.
keep quiet during this. Are you one of those people that lies on it?
No, I don't. I go through and make sure all the dates are correct. Because
Right.
I've got too much time in my hand till the baby comes next month. But yeah, Bournemouth, Bristol Rovers 28 years ago. But so many Saints defeats on Boxing Day. They're cherished memories.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But on to today, this is a special place for me, Bemerton, because this is, I think, the first vlog I ever filmed solo by myself on my phone. Come down here during their big clash with Portchester. This was 22-23 season, was that right? You said to me? Yep, and we saw Portchester lose 3-0 that day. It was a great atmosphere, and this is one ground I always wanted to come back to because I love the clubhouse.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that we can park on top of that hill, although it took me a while to find it, and have a great panoramic view of the stadium,
Yeah,
isn't it? It's
yeah.
great. So on to today's action. What have you got for us in terms of Bemerton? Because there's a few familiar faces.
There is.
today.
As fans of the Wessex League know, we'll know of Jim Milligan, who was Shaftesbury's manager last season when they got promoted via the playoffs.
Yes.
He's in charge of Bemerton now. He's coming sort of round October sort of time, and he's really steadied the ship well, and they're doing really well at the minute.
Done a really good job, yes.
They're fourth currently in Southern Division 1. Their top scorer is Joe Smith, another person we kind of
from
know from
Downton,
Downton.
yeah.
He's got 11 goals this season. Their last 3 games were a 2-1 away win at Falmouth, a 2-1 home win against the top of the league side Yatetown, and a 1-0 away win to Cribs. Now, Joe Smith, we know, got 50 goals for Downton last season, and he seems to have really found that form. He struggled a little bit at Downton in the Wessex Prem, but he's just banging in goals now.
Yeah, but
at
I think
this
he's
level.
found his groove again, hasn't he?
Yes.
Good. So what about Bashley? Because like Bemerton, these are two teams on good form, and they're both pushing for the playoff spots. And even though automatic promotion spot is a little bit of a tall ask, but both teams certainly want to go into this game thinking they can win it today.
Well, their last 3 league games have been draws. A 1-1 draw at home to
Yes.
Mousehole, a 1-1 draw against Melbourne Town at home, which I vlogged without you because you had the poops, and a 1-1 draw away to Helston Athletic. Their top scorers are Luke Delaney and Scott Bungay with 6 goals. Stephen Walker was back in the team last week for the 1-1
scored
draw
the
at Mousehole,
equaliser,
scored
didn't
the
he?
equalising
Yep.
goal. Lewis Ross penalty on the day against Malvern was one I vlogged. So Bash maybe stuttered a little bit, but we're looking to Dave Lewis got experience to turn it
they're
round.
making themselves hard to beat this season.
Yes, which is-
even if they're not playing well.
Which is it's a huge difference. We look at the forward line maybe for Bemerton. Joe Smith is Greg Borthwick, the ex-Portland striker.
Yes, another
So
familiar
it's how Bash deal with that today, I think.
Yes, yeah.
That's if they
play. Yeah, we're not sure yet.
With my Christmas out, yeah.
You're sat behind this van that's parked on the touchline. Sat behind it, you're not filming it. You're like, no, that's fair enough.
Yeah, must be. Oh, that's unlucky actually. Generally that is unlucky.
Oh, done well.
Left wing! Well done! Hold it here, mate. You do it! All you!
It's going down.
All you!
It's going down. Yeah, see? That's alright. Oh, this game's bubble.
Yeah.
I don't think the ref's helping things for either team, but I just hope both teams don't get too focused on the ref and let it spoil the game. But it's been a really good end-to-end game so far. I thought that Bashley controlled the first 20 minutes, got the ball down, didn't they? Played lovely stuff, got their goal early doors, and then I think Bemerton have come into it, haven't they? The last 20 minutes, they've started to get the ball down themselves and play it, and it's becoming a really close fought game, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the first goal for Bashley came after about 4 minutes. It was a corner into the box from the right-hand side of the pitch. Stephen Walker got the first initial header. Bashley have gone on Twitter as a Walker goal. I thought someone else touched it in. I thought someone else touched it in, but I'm not 100% sure who. But Bashley have had their chances. I think the goalkeeper for Bemerton's done quite well. He's quite solid. He looks decent coming out for corners. He's held the ball quite well.
Yeah.
They scored the goal after about 30 minutes to equalise. It was an own goal again, a corner from the left-hand side of the pitch, and it was sort of hacked into...
Sort of sliced it in, doesn't it?
Yeah, into the own net by the Bashley defender. Again, I think I know got it, but not 100% sure.
From experience of playing, it happens.
Yeah. I was going to say I scored a cracking own goal in team once. But again, like you said, Bemerton I think have been the stronger team. Joe Smith's full of running up front. He looks very lively. Ollie Barmer in midfield. He's been sort of their driving force going forward.
And I think the half time's come at the right time because the game was in danger of bubbling over.
Yeah.
And I think it gives everyone a breather, including the ref.
Indeed.
So.
Number 9. Connor Whiteley, number 2.
I didn't think it was a foul. He thought they fucking cut like he went they both went for the ball. Let's get up. Get up! Yes, good!
Actual time is...
He's on!
Okay, so we are injury time then.
You can tell everyone in your official war stories that I have to hold a camera.
Jim, 2-1 winning today. Give us a few thoughts about the game.
Tough. It was always going to be tough. I thought it was a little bit stop-start.
got to watch what I say. Don't want any fines, but I think sometimes officials maybe don't let the game flow as much as they could. I think you had two teams out there that wanted to play football today, and yeah, it's a shame when you can't go for a challenge without it being a yellow card. I mean, it summed up with 10 minutes of extra time, really, but boys deserved it. Dug deep.
That makes it now 4 games undefeated, so happy with that?
A bit more than that. Five in a row.
Wins in a row, yeah. 5 in a row.
5 in a row, yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Unbeaten, lost one at home before I got here, but unbeaten. The place is a fortress. We just got to keep it like that. Got to keep the buzz around the place. Do you know what I mean? It's guys are buzzing out there. Crowd are getting better and better. So love it. Absolutely love it.
And obviously the experience of winning the playoffs with Shaftesbury last year, you brought that sort of winning mentality back into the club?
Well, I hope so. I think I had something to do with it, but it's a credit to the lads. Chris, our assistant manager, great on the training ground. To be honest, we haven't really brought that many in. We've brought 3 or 4 in, but the actual core sort of Bemi lads, love it.
Brilliant.
He was Bemerton 2, Bashley 1. Another great advert for Southern League football, and also non-league football as a whole. Really enjoyed that game. Had everything, really, didn't it, that game?
Yeah.
But I thought Bemerton probably just about deserved it for that second half performance. Got the goal just after half time, but then things could have easily turned because they got Joe Smith sent off for a second yellow, which was debatable, wasn't it? Yeah. And but I thought after that, Bashley probably felt they probably could have pressed a bit more, especially at the end. They probably had one clear-cut chance in the last 20-25 minutes, but Bemerton defended really well, didn't they? Really dug in.
They did. It was a
dogged performance.
It was a dogged performance. I mean, they had to do a lot of the second half with 10 men.
Yes.
The second booking, a bit debatable. I thought it was a 50-50.
One of many debatable decisions today.
Yes. I thought it was a 50-50 challenge, but Joe Swift got a second yellow. It was Charlie Rayfield, the centre-back, who scored. It was Ollie Balmer.
It's a really good short corner, didn't they?
Yeah,
and they
Ollie Balmer
crossed it in. Good header.
Good header. Bashley had their chances. Good save by the goalkeeper towards the end, and then it was a cross literally right at the end of the game that went past everyone.
Yeah, they had the 1-on-1 that whistled wide, but other than that, I might come away a little disappointed. But 2 good teams, aren't they? Both are going to be in that playoff mix come the end of the season.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's good to see 2 local clubs up there as well.
Yes.
At that point.
Yeah.
Billy Brackley, I thought, was very good for Bemerton. Young right back, he did really well.
Yeah.
Bash, they'll just have to sort of take it on the chin, but I think they'll be up for the next game.
Yeah, they can bounce back at home New Year's Day, but we'll be filming them in a few weeks against Shaftesbury, so that should be another good vlog. But yeah, it's a good day here, isn't it? It's your first visit here. I've been here before, but definitely on our list to come back to, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Good facilities, friendly people, great clubhouse.
Yeah.
And great ground location as well at the bottom of the hill that we've got to walk up now to the car. But yeah, another great day, another great vlog, and we will be looking forward to Saturday's derby, won't we? Because it's Milton versus Lymington, 2 teams in form in Wessex League Division 1. Fortunately now we got to plod back home to Lymington and Highcliffe because we've both got work in the morning, which kind of spoils the Christmas spirit. There's our